as much. I did do some more art. I did this this lady that I inked, and I've left this page blank because I was worried that the ink would transfer, but I want to do this dragon that I did this two-headed dragon. Also, I found a new pen. I ordered this off of Amazon. It's a Japanese pen. I think it's made by Platinum, and I think this is Platinum Carbon ink. I think I read in the English version of this. Which means it is waterproof, if I'm correct. If I'm not correct, it's not. However, in addition to this pen, I think the other day I also ordered some long platinum carbon cartridges. So this comes with one, but I have even more. But there's a cap falling off. Well, it's not the main cap. All right, well, it attaches. It's really cool. This is called just a, you can see it's got the tapered end, like a drawing pen. And I've already dropped the, oh, here it is right here. It says desk pen. So, sounds good. Now, if you've ever played around with a fresh new pen, takes it a while for it to get started, so I have a little card here. It's got a little BB in the cartridge. There it is, it's starting. This is looking a little bit more blue-black. Is that black? I think it's black. It's kind of a... more fine than I thought it would be. Like a little bit of thickness to my lines. All right, well, I also have some Pitt Artist pens and, well, I have another nib pen. I found all the parts and I've got some ink. Just in case it becomes necessary. This doesn't feel very flowy yet. I don't want to get caught on the trap of having to double up on all my lines just because, you know, once you furrow the paper, it makes it harder for other things to happen to the paper. It's just the story of multimedia, or mixed media, rather. We want to be throwing color on these. Have it not affect the page underneath. I could probably throw an index card underneath. That might be a good idea. But I'm also lazy, so maybe I won't. Hang about. There we go. Now, I know not too many people watch my art streams, and that's totally cool with me. But it feels like an accountability move, right? Yeah, I did my drawing today. I've got proof. Look, here I am. For some reason, I always like to give my dragon's ears. think we're definitely going to be taking our time today. Never any rush, really. The reference I used when I was doing this was off of Pinterest. Made those scales too big. All right. All right. I feel like the pencil is throwing me off at this point. I'm looking forward to erasing it. This is not a super wet pen, so I don't think it'll smear once I start erasing it, but I am going to give it a little bit of time. And we're going to attempt to throw some watercolor on this unless it turns out not to be platinum ink. Or not to be platinum carbon ink anyways. Maybe we'll draw a little spot on the other page or something first, just to make sure we haven't been fooled. Tricked. Water-soluble ink. I do think the water-soluble inks are nicer in general. To work with. I appreciate their thinness. My dip pen ink is Kuretake 60. Very quick drying Sumi ink. Some of the good stuff. All right, he's got a little tiny tail. All right. All right, there we go. There's most of my two-headed dragon. Before I start erasing. All right, we're gonna give it a shot. As long as I can find the eraser, which I know is not far. Here it is. All right, last thing I did was this head, so I can probably erase this one. So far, so good. All right, it's actually looking pretty good. I do think that this nib is just a bit too fine for me. All right. Just a little bit of texture. Often makes a big difference, seems like. I dug out my Alphonse Dunn workbooks. Got both of them. I'll have to check in with his channel. I haven't seen him lately. I'm a big fan of his, though. Oh. Okay, now the question is, can I use watercolors over this? I might be able to just do a background and like a drop shadow. I'm gonna want to get shading in. I mean, this would be perfect for some light shading. Here's my watercolors, or at least the Sumi colors. Let me find a brush. Here's the brush. It's a Dugato round number 5. Hang on, let me get some water too. It is Saturday night. All right. There's some water. Clear, fresh water. Now I'm actually rethinking it. Do I really want to do this in Sumi? I could do it in real colors. Maybe. I have this set of watercolors. I could just pick 2 colors or 3 colors out of here, maybe at random, right? Put this one on. We have a brown. Maybe this mossy green. And I think this is gray, black. Not 100% sure. Might be purple. Okay. We're going to go minimalist. We just have the 3 colors, and hopefully, if this is water-soluble ink, it's not going to matter anyway. Nothing's going to matter. Okay. Also, this is not great watercolor paper, just in case anyone was wondering. But good news, I went over the ink there a little bit. Nothing happened. All right. Using the wash, we're going to go ahead and just use what's left of this gray wash for shading. Maybe I could put some. I totally 100% have a little dish. I don't know what I did. Oh, there it is over there. Hang on. I know I have one of these. Okay. Old dish. These are Kuretake Gansai watercolors. So they're not traditional. I mean, they are traditional watercolors, but they don't have not traditional Western watercolors. Instead of the binding agent being just gum arabic, I believe, is the Western watercolor. All kinds of different Japanese traditional binders in the colors. This is that brown mixed with a little bit of black. All right, we're gonna just try and use these. That's kind of almost also yellow, which I like. Let's see if we can get the whole thing this yellow color. It's definitely pooling a little bit more black. Around the ink areas, I think. Maybe it's an illusion. But it's holding up. The ink is holding up. The paper is not holding up. These people. Oh, there we go. They have different dragon heads. This one has no ears. It's got different horns and a different kind of crest. This almost came out like a green-gray. A light yellow, green-gray. All right. All right. Give it a second to dry. This is a straight up gray. I mean, that's going to be the underpainting. Same as with colored pencils, I think, and watercolor. If you have a semi-transparent medium, it's best if you layer it. It just seems to get a much more complex nuance to the color. I'm not good at color. I do know that I think when you have a color that has layers of nuance to it, it looks more interesting. It looks deeper. Rather than just a flat color. That's why I think watercolors in general are more interesting than many of the other color mediums. My only real regret here is I don't have a good, you can't lighten up with watercolor. I don't have white to throw in there. I mean, actually there is a white you can get, but I don't feel like doing that. I'm sticking to these three that I picked. And maybe what I can, I've kind of already screwed it up, but I want to try and avoid the neck scales. I'm going to just, by negative painting, I'm going to leave them out and just kind of make everything else green. We could even do that with the background. I wonder if I could do like a fun background there. I've got stencils. I wonder if I want to go stencil though. Maybe some like distant silhouette-y. You know what I mean? Like if this were a forest in the background. Maybe even better to imply the trees are the white part rather than the brown part. So we're really kind of focusing on the negatives. Space. This is one I'm starting to regret not using the tape on. A little washi tape to tighten up the edges might be really cool. I feel my paper starting to buckle, so we might just call it quits tonight. I can't turn the page, and I can't start a new drawing until this one's dry. All right, all this is looking good. Let's shade the eye and then we'll just let it go. Okay. Might come back later. Please like, follow, and subscribe. We will continue working in the sketchbook. I've done pages and pages and pages. Looking forward to continuing on through Inktober and keep going every day. All right.